police are absent. They failed the poor, failed justice, and failed the people of South Africa. It shows that you don't know what you are dealing with. Do the right thing, resign.
The funny thing is that they thought they could sneak a multi-billion rand police budget through parliament, but the EFF just threw a spanner direct into the gear. During the mini plenary for budget vote 28, 24 and 21, Minister Kachala stepped up to deliver his police speech, but the EFF MP Khoza completely tore it to shreds. He exposed how South Africans are being terrorized by criminals while the minister does nothing. He didn't just reject the budget. He named names, exposed how taxpayers' money is funding people sitting comfortable at home. Explicitly told the minister to pack his bag and resign. Watch the exit bomb and parliament turned into absolute danger zone.
Firstly, it is regrettable that the minister came here in front of us to read his speech word by word, showing facially disorientation, showing confusion from what the SAPS is expected to do. He shows that he doesn't understand where SAPS comes from, where SAPS is confronted with, and what's the future that is expected for our people. We are dealing with a bloated ministry here, with 4 ministers, one who is at home drinking coffee, doing nothing, at the expense of our people who are paying him for doing nothing. We have 2 deputy ministers who are also not given any meaningful responsibility.
South Africa, wake up. Look at the haste happening to your wallet right now under the current government. Muzi just stood up in parliament and blew the lid off a multiple rand seekers. Let's count the numbers together because the math is not mathing here. We are being asked to approve a multi-billion rand police budget, right? But look at the leadership structures. We have Minister Feroz Kachala steering a sinking ship. Underneath him, we have 2 deputy ministers, including Kasel Matar, who has not been given clear, impactful or measurable tasks to actually execute. They are just occupying office space and collecting massive government salary. But it gets worse, because I exposed the biggest scandal of them all. We have an entire former minister sitting comfortable at home, completely sidelined, but still drawing a massive monthly salary straight from your tax man. Let's do the math, Bantu Wenkos. That means we have 4 high-ranking executive politicians in the security class, costing millions of rand every single year while doing absolutely nothing. You are sleeping with one eye open because gangsters have taken over your community, while police stations don't even have petrol for vans patrols. Your hard-earned tax money is being used to fund the luxury lifestyle of a redundant, bloated cabinet that treats the police ministry like a retirement home. Muzi Khoza and the EFF didn't just reject the budget. They exposed the legalized syndicate. Why are we funding a luxury daycare of politicians while South Africans are dying in the street? If we don't deploy leadership to fight crime, get them out of the office and put people who actually care in charge.
Acting Minister Kachala, I think it's high time you do an honorable thing and step down, because it shows that you don't know what you are dealing with. You have shown this through the speech that we're reading, that you don't understand the frustration the Blue Badge is dealing with. It's been almost a year now since we were appointed. Have you ever even taken time to go to the police station, taken time to be on the ground with the operation, to deal with what are the material conditions on the ground? Unfortunately, you are not interested because you are enjoying icons in your offices. You are enjoying statements without any actions. We are aware of that. House Chairperson, the Economic Freedom Fighters reject this budget vote because SAPS, IP and the Civilian Secretariat have failed the poor, failed justice and failed the people of South Africa. The July 6, 2025 media briefing by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi opened a Pandora's box for the South African police and exposed that while there are many men and women who are dedicated on the ground, on the police service, their work is eroded or erased by the deeply embedded criminal elements within SAPS. SAPS increasingly protect politicians, connected elites and corrupt networks while brutalizing the working class, protesters and the unemployed. In township and villages, police are absent when crime strikes but heavily militarized when communities and students protest against living conditions, poverty and unemployment. Speaker, it is unfortunate that this debate on policing takes place under the cloud of Phala judgment by the Constitutional Court of South Africa, which have once again exposed the selective application of justice in South Africa. When the powerful are implicated, the state moves with secrecy and protect protection. But when the ordinary people face murder, rape, and violent crimes, they are abandoned by the collapsing police service. The Phala matter involving Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa has deepened public distrust in South African police services, because it confirms the growing belief that there is one law for the political elites and another for the poor. Chairperson, criminality within the South African police is so deeply embedded that without the SAP's involvement, the extortion gangs ravaging the Cape Flats would have been disseminated a long time ago. It is members of SAPS who are actively working with these extortion gangs to wreak havoc on the lives of our people in the Cape Flats. Billions are allocated to SAPS, yet women are murdered, children disappear, gangs terrorize communities, and dockets vanish without accountability. Equally, we must ensure that the practice of using IPID to fight internal battles within SAPS comes to an end. We are aware of these concocted internal fights that are being used or spearheaded by IPID for political scorings and political gains. We are aware, and it must come to an end. IPID must be both functional and operational independent, and ensure that the police perform their functions within the ambits of the law. The civilian secretariat has become bureaucratic, disconnected from communities, and ineffective in transforming policing culture. Civilian secretariat for police continue to move on like a headless chicken. The entity is used for cheap tenders of the African National Congress, comrades, and does nothing to assist to bring the police and the people together. Chairperson, if we vote to pass this budget without a clear plan for holding the South African police to account, we will be voting to give millions to criminals. We reject this vote as the economic freedom fighters, and we are saying today, Minister, can this serve as your last address? You have the Deputy Minister next to you, Honorable Castle Matane. We think if you can just save the taxpayers' money by going home, he's a capable man. He can take us through and show some confidence to these crimes and these gangs that are happening out there. You are here telling us absolutely nothing. Your speech has been one and the same thing since the past 5 years. There is no change. It's just a rephrased speech with no action. We are saying to you, as the economic freedom fighters, do the right thing, resign, and the next person next to you, the minister, must take over and save the taxpayers' money. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable.
Maybe someone will be honest with most of us citizens. Since the acting minister Kachala took over, is there anything different on the police department? Is there any development, any change? Is he working for the people? If the answer is no, what's the use of him for being on that position? Tell us what you think in the comment section.